and gentlemen, my name is Fausto Pugliese, 12-time champion at Traders Challenge, and today's topic is going to be using Trading Journal, to learn discipline. And basically, I think one of the biggest things that most of us have a really big problem is discipline. I mean, we spend so much time on education, as in learning different styles, different strategies, but at the end of the day, we could, and I always kind of relate this to dieting. We could all go out there and learn how to diet, but if we keep eating, obviously we got to be disciplined enough to follow the diet, because if you're not, you fall off the diet, what ends up happening. Well, trading is no different. And, some of the things I want to cover, I want to talk about some of the very important tools when it comes to trading, and about discipline, and all about being prepared and having a game. So before we get started, I want to get to know a little bit about everyone here. First of all, just let me know, is this the first time that you attended a Cyber Trading University event? Is the second, the third, the fifth? You guys can put me a chat, in the keyboard chat, and let me know. Always like to get to know the people that are logged in here. Okay, we do got a couple of beginners. Tom, thank you. Okay. Deborah, first time, welcome. Trader Jeff, it's his fifth time. Steve, it's your first time. Okay, well, thank you, Steve. Don Turner, it's always a pleasure seeing you. I do see you in here all the time. That's good. Chris, you're a beginner. Okay, good. So we got a lot of first timers here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And just to let you know, I can tell you this: this is not going to be your first time here. This is going to probably be like everybody else, your third, your fourth, your fifth, because you'll always learn something new. What we teach you here at Cyber Trading University, and today is obviously a new topic of discussion, which is going to be Trading Journal. And the thing is this, you have to always remember, ladies and gentlemen, 90% of your time is spent on education, 10% of your time is spent on trading. So let me get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me change the slides here, and looks like we got a problem with our slides. All right, so let me share my screen with you. Just give me a second here, and let me bring this up. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. Just want to share. All right, everybody should see my screen, my desktop. Can everyone see it okay? All right, perfect. All right. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, just a little quick little disclaimer from our friends here at Cyber Trading University, a compliance department. Just keep in mind that there is a very high risk of trading, and past results are not indicative of future returns. Cyber Trading University and also individual affiliates on this site assume no responsibility of your trading and investment results. To learn more about our disclaimer, please visit our homepage of our website. Now, what we're going to be learning today is I'm basically going to talk about psychology, discipline. I'm going to talk about the daily journals. I'm also going to talk about a monthly journal, finding stocks to trade, level 3, total view. I'm going to talk about the KISS method. I'm going to teach you so much more. So I can guarantee you one thing: nobody is going to go home, and if even this is your fifth time, you're going to learn something very, very valuable to take home with you for your trading needs. Now, a little bit, just to let everybody know, tomorrow I'm going to invite all of you to come back to come trade with us live tomorrow at 9:35. I'm going to give you a link at the end of this presentation for all of you to register. So when you get the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to come and see what it's like to be in the driver's seat with a real, true professional day trader, this is an opportunity you do not want to miss. And for some of you lucky ones, I'm going to offer a promotion for some of you if you want to join me for my 9:30 meeting, which is where at 9:30, at 9 o'clock, where I do my pre-market trading You all will also have an obligation to come and join me for that too. And like I said, I'll let you know at the end of the presentation. March, oops, sorry about that. This is the wrong slide. Hold on one second. Let me see if I have the right one here. It's probably this one. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Oops, yep, that was the right one, but they had the wrong date. Let me just fix it for a second. Well, they must have sent it over to me. It must have been an error. Just give me a second. I'll make sure I get that fixed. All right, just getting this fixed over here. Yes, it's going to be March 14th, obviously, which is going to be tomorrow. So let's make sure let me just get that fixed really quick for all of us, so we have no issues. There we go. All right then. Sorry about that little inconvenience there. There we go. All right. So tomorrow, March 14th at 9:35 a.m. Now, what we're gonna just to get to know a little bit about everyone here. Can everyone just give me a chat back and let me know what kind of trader are you? Are you a stock trader, a day trader, a swing trader, a Forex trader? What kind of trader is everybody here? Or what are you looking to do? Okay, Ray, you want to do stocks? Okay. All right, Steve, you want to do stocks, some Forex? David Peters, stocks and options, okay? Tommy wants to do option trading, sell calls, puts a monthly income. All right, you know, I can see a few of you already are starting to write in options. And let me just remind all of you, the options traders, I just want to make sure you're trading options for the right reasons, because most people trade options for the wrong reasons. And let me explain to you, if you want to be a really, really good options trader, well, if you don't know how to trade the stock, and if you're not watching the stock and see what's happening with the stock, you're not going to be a good options trader, because remember, it's the movement of the stock that makes the option move. So if you want to learn how to be a good options trader, you first have to learn how to trade stocks. And regardless about options and everybody putting futures and all that good stuff, trading is about 70% the same. The exchanging is only 20% different. Now, personally, I like to day trade, okay? I like to day trade because I like to sleep at night. I don't like to hold positions overnight. We've seen stocks get destroyed and get crushed, and it's just not worth it. There's so many better stocks out there you can trade that you can make more money, less risk, more control. I also do swing trade. I trade my own IRA. I mean, I don't know if anyone here that gives their money to somebody else. Personally, I don't see the need for that, because you're just one of his hundreds of thousands of accounts. No one is going to care about your money more than you. Anybody here own a business? Anybody here ever have employees? How many of you could say that all my employees care about my business just as much as I do? Okay? How many of you could you say that? How many of you could say, yeah, I trust this employee with my whole business. I can walk away and not worry about it. How many could you all say that? Now, the question is, do you trust to leave your money with someone else to do, and they're going to, just because you think they know what they're doing? Listen, in today's times, ladies and gentlemen, you can do it all yourself. With today's technology, with today's execution systems, with today's brokerage firms, and with today's education, you could do it yourself. How many of you here are retired, trading your own IRA, just trying to make a couple of extra $100 a day because you don't want to go to work? Well, this is the perfect job for you. How many of you here are unemployed and too overqualified to get a job that could pay you $50,000, $100,000 a year, what you need? you know what? This job is perfect for you because you're going to see everything. The reason why you're here is that you are educated. You know what you're doing because you got this far. Well, now I'm going to show you how to do it on your own. Now, for some of you who don't know this, quick little intro about myself. I started the company back in 1995. One of the original day traders. They were also called SOS bandits back in the early 90s. Now, the thing is this. The way I got into the industry of teaching is this. First of all, I love teaching. I know all of you here would never give your money to anyone to trade your money if he never never went to college to learn this. Well, guess what? If this is what you're doing, then you better learn how to do it because you know you wouldn't give it to anybody else, right? Well, that's why we're here. And the thing is this, one thing my mentors always taught me, they said, Fausto, trading is a part-time job. It's not a full-time job. So just be prepared that when you start making money within a year or two, you know, you better find something else to do because you can't sit there and trade all day. Most of your time is spent on education. Once you learn the ins and outs, you're going to have to do something else. Well, guess what? That's how I got into education because when I started, I was 22 years old. And I was semi-retired at 24 years old. And people kept on asking me, Fausto, what do you do for a living? Why are you driving a Porsche? You know, why are you always finding it that you're on vacation all the time? And I would tell them, and people didn't believe me. Actually, a funny story, my father-in-law, which was my girlfriend back then, my father-in-law today, my wife's father, he was like, you know, really hard worker, going to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, coming back at 7 o'clock at night, working 12 hours, and he couldn't believe it that I was making more money than him, but I was doing something illegal. Well, there's nothing illegal about this. It's just, this is a great business to be in. But how do you get good at this business? By getting a mentor, by getting someone to teach you how to do it. So, what are we going to learn, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first of all, let's get right into the psychology part of it. Because that, I think, is one of the major problems that you're going to learn moving down. Now, the thing is, some of you have been here before. You've watched me do all the presentations. I know some of you here are students. The thing is this is a little bit more after the effect. I mean, learning how to play the game of trading is actually quite simple. The hard part, which is not the easy part, is the discipline, the psychology part of it. I quit my job 2 years ago to be a full-time trader, Tom is saying. Well, Tom, that is great news. And you know what? I don't know how well you're doing, if you're doing good or bad, but the thing is this, Tom, great traders never stop learning. So if you're doing good, thanks for coming here because you're always going to learn something new. Now, you have to understand something that when it comes to trading, I personally don't care what I trade. I don't want to know what I trade. I traded today. I'm going to show you some stocks that we looked at today. I don't even know what they do. I don't want to know. I traded a stock today in my trading room, CHTP. I don't even know the name of it. All I know is up about 20, 30% today. Okay? Very cheap stock, good movement. This is the easiest way to make it into a metaphor. Okay? And I always like to use metaphors because it's the only way I think a lot of you can relate to. I want to get into the construction business. Okay? That's what I want to do. Well, why am I in the construction business? And what is the definition of business? You know what the definition of business is? 2 words. Making money. That's it. Walter says, don't do what, the construction business? Well, the thing is this, Walter. I'm relating to the construction business because the thing is this. Let's say you're building homes. And you could build $1 million home or you could build a $200,000 home. Most people want to build $1 million home because it's the $1 million home. But if I was to tell you as a businessman that for the money you have to invest in $1 million home, all you're going to make is $100,000. But if you build this $200,000 home, you will make the same $100,000. So do the math. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to go invest $1 million to make $100,000, or risk $200,000 to make the same $100,000? At the end of the day, it's the same $100,000. You don't care about trading, building $1 million homes. You just want to make money. Well, trading's the same mistake that a lot of people do. They go out there and they look for certain stocks. They watch CNBC. They're trying to find the crystal ball out there, and and they go out there and they trade all these different stocks because, ooh, I know, oh, Apple because I bought a new iPad, or ooh, I want to buy Microsoft because the new Xbox One came out, or ooh, I want to trade Netflix because it's $1,200 or whatever, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever the hell the thing is. I don't know what's trade, $300 now, because I own a Netflix account. That's not what we trade these stocks. You think you could sit home and go to your girlfriend or husband or wife and tell them and have a conversation with them and say, hey, honey, I trade this stock, CHTP. And your wife would be like, what the hell is that? You know what? Hey, I made $600 today. Oh, that's great. But you think she matters if you trade CHTP or Google? The thing is this: low risk, high reward. Once again, this is a job. This is not investing. And that's a mistake, Walter, that a lot of people make. Now, let's talk about diaries. Does anyone here use a diary? Anybody here go out there and manage their account, watch it, what they're doing, getting in, getting out? Does anybody do that? Okay, Tom, by the way, you have your chat to private, if you could just do that. Steve, you do. Okay. Well, for some of you don't know this, I teach a course, okay? And one of the things sometimes do, one thing I teach my students is that how, the thing is, how do you know when to get to that next level? How do you know when you're ready to go from a beginner to an intermediate to an advanced? Anybody go skiing? You ever go on the double diamond? Now you know better than me as a skier. Or when you look at a double diamond, I don't care how good you are, you got to be great. And you don't have to be a skier to know that. Look down that hill and you'll be shocked. Trading, some of you don't know the difference. Well, how do you know how to get to that next level? So let me explain something to you what I do with my students. Here's what's called a day journal. Okay? Can everybody see this really quick? Does everybody see this Excel spreadsheet? Okay. Now, I give this to my students. Okay? This comes to my students, and hopefully you guys will get an opportunity for me to mentor you. And the way I kind of coach my students is I basically watch you, and I show you, and I make sure that when you're ready, you go to the next level. Now, the way I also teach my class, I teach my students, is two ways. I run a trading room, and I run a teaching room. I don't teach when I trade, okay? So we run two separate rooms. Now, this is a journal that goes to my students, and then they're all going to get this. Actually, I just tweaked it and fine-tuned it for the first time. Before we did it on writing, but now we have an Excel spreadsheet. So the thing is this, right here on the left-hand side, you see where it says the day, the P and the PL? That's like the profit and loss, okay? Up here, up on top, it says your account balance. Number of trades, basically it tells you how many days, what your profit and loss is, your winning percentage, your profit factor, your average winning per trade, over the course of the day, the average loss, and your ratio. So right here, basically, let's say it's, what are we, in March, okay? And today, we didn't trade this day, we didn't trade this day, we didn't trade this day. What's today? Today's the 13th, right? So I'm going down here, and all of a sudden today we traded, okay? And today we had a great day. Today, let's say we made $1,123 in the market. So I'm going to hit enter. Now, do you notice what happened to the chart right here? The chart, what happened to the chart? What happened here? Everybody notice what happened? That's right, it went up. Okay, so this is the dates right here. It changed. These are the dates. The first, the second, the fourth, the seventh, whatever. These are all the days of the month. And let's just say, working our way over the days, and I'll add it here. Let's say this day we made $570. This day we lost $240. This day we made $335. We made $242. We made $10 on this day. We lost $400 on this day. We made $809. Made another 600 and so on. So hopefully you guys are starting to get the idea. So what you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is now what's happening is the way the system works and the way I kind of coach my students is now they're starting to graph themselves. Now they see what their current balance is, what they opened. Obviously, we ended at 0. So as of right now, going halfway, almost halfway through the month, we're up about $1,900, okay, on an average of $137 a day, okay? So you're getting an idea of how many days you traded, how you're doing for the day, and what your winning to loss size ratio is. And if you scroll down here at the bottom, you could see, as you graph those, if you're building and you're making money on certain days and the days that you're losing. Now, the whole purpose of doing this, ladies and gentlemen, is getting you prepared to get to the next level. Knowing when you're ready to start jumping and saying, okay, I want to make, let me ask everybody an honest question. Can you guys tell me how much money you want to make a day? What is it? I mean, a year. What are you guys looking to make a year in the market? What are you looking to do? Maybe make 50,000, 100,000. What do you need to make you happy? $250,000? What are you looking to make? Stanley said he's got to make 25,000. Christina's got to make 100, 125, 75. Ray's got to make 50 plus. Okay, Dimitri's got to make a quarter. Wendy's got to make $250,000. I mean, everyone's got different pockets. So listen, I'm not judging anybody, and don't be embarrassed to say too little or too much. You know what you need to make, right? Listen, when you go to work, you go to a job. Listen, I make $100,000 a year. I'm not taking a $30,000 a year job. You know what you're worth, right? So you know what you're worth. You know what you need to make. All right. So let's use the average number. Ballpark is 100. All right. For you to make $100,000 a year, how much money do you have to make a day? Can anyone tell me? We need to make a day. About 400, right? $400 a day. So the thing is this. To get to make $400 a day, you can't be losing $400 tomorrow. So the way I coach you and I train you is you got to manage and see when you're ready to go to the next level, what your winning trade percentages are. Now, the way that works is this. We start with small shares, and we try to be consistent. And then being consistent, then we go to the next level. So right here in the bottom, you can see these little tabs here in the bottom. What we do is we change these tabs to months. October, September, March, April, May, June, July. We just keep adding. And then what happens, we kind of see, are we making money consistently? Let me explain something to you guys. If you can't average 200 a day, there's no way you're going to average 400 a day. And if you're looking to make $1,000 a day, well, guess what? You got to learn how to make $400 a day consistent for a month before you can go to become that $1,000 a day trader, which is some of you saying $250,000. And you know what? By looking at what your trades are doing for the day, this is what's going to help you do it. All right? So this is something that you have to grasp yourself. Now, does everybody, I don't know if you guys know this, but I always kind of link trading to dieting because, I know all of us definitely have tried to diet several times. I've been on a diet for the past 42 years. And my problem is I just love food. The thing is this. The best diet I ever heard that actually works is counting calories. You got to count your calories, because if you went to a nutritionist and if you got a personal trainer, they all going to tell you the same thing. Now the thing is this. To do that, you need somebody to police you, making sure you're following along. And this is how we journal yourself. Lee, yes, you can get a journal. You can get this journal. Once again, just follow what I recommend you do. Call my office tomorrow, and the education advisors will tell you, or I'll give you my email, how you can get it, okay? Now, this is one of the ways of policing and managing your way of doing it. Now, the next thing that we kind of teach you is not just on a daily, on a monthly basis, but on a daily basis, okay? Now, can everyone see this really quick? I don't know if everybody can see this. Can everyone see hold on. I don't know what happened here, but can everyone see this okay? Just give me a chat back. Everybody can see this day journal? Okay, good. I'm sorry, I'm just going back and forth. This Windows 98 is really freaking me out. It's taking over my whole screen. I'm losing everything. And I don't know if you guys are seeing it or not. Okay, so you guys see it, so it's fine. So I've been bowling computers my whole life when they first came out, and this whole Microsoft Windows 8 is totally. I still can't figure it out. So anyway, right here is another thing how we journal ourselves. Right here is something I give my students. I also have an Excel spreadsheet. And the thing that you have to do is you also have to see how you're doing your trades for the day. What price did you buy it? How many shares, long, short, where you got in, where you got out. The 3 T's that we teach you, tradable, trend, and trap. See what the trend is. Was there a dominant market maker? Did you see any high frequency trades? And then also keeping an eye of, writing down and seeing how did you do in that trade? Did you make money? Did you lose money? Why did you make money? Why did you lose money? Think about it. How was your day today? Did you get into a fight this morning? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Because it all is going to affect your trading. And these are the little things that you need a coach to manage you. So you could sit there and try to do it yourself. But the thing is, do you have somebody that's watching you doing it? Do you have somebody that's sitting behind you and telling you, hey, why did you buy this stock? Why did you make that mistake? How to fix it? Because telling you, trading is one of the best jobs in the world. It really is. But without having a mentor that's going to give you the recipe, that's going to show you how to manage it, it's going to be very, very difficult. Stanley says, I hate Windows 8. So do I. You figure this out. Can't tell. Thank you. Well, that's Dan, one of the things that you learn moving on. You have to learn how to do that. That's something that you learn when it comes to trading. Stanley, Fausto, do you after the market turned today after the nice open? Well, Stanley, regardless about the correction that we're having, fortunately, catastrophes make for opportunities, right? Just because it's down, listen, I'm not holding any overnight positions, so I'm not worried about it. But what, you can't short? Anything wrong about shorting? I know I don't. I don't have a problem with that. But the thing is this. One thing that you need to learn when it comes to trading is you need to have somebody that's going to tell you how to get into stocks, how to get out of them. Make sure you're paper trading, which some of you obviously were mentioning earlier. Journaling yourself. Trying to make money on paper trade before you go to real accounts. Let me tell you one of the other biggest mistakes that people make. How many of you here have a brokerage firm, a brokerage account? Anybody here have a brokerage account right now? Okay, a lot of you. So, I think it's the first thing people do. Okay. Now, Bob, Randy, Kathy, Wendy, just out of curiosity, who taught you guys how to trade? I mean, where did you learn? And be honest. Where did you guys learn how to trade? From various webinars. Okay, Wendy. On my own at first, and then with me, Stanley, with that, Stanley. Always good to see you. By making mistakes. Okay, OTA, self-taught, Deborah. My brother-in-law. Okay. Online seminars and books. Mentors, invest tools. Okay. All right. Lots of seminars. Experience and books. Marcus, you learned out of a car cab. A cab? As a cab driver, okay. The thing is this: would you give your money to a cab driver to teach how to trade? Would you give your money to a guy and says, "Oh, how did you learn how to trade?" "Oh, I'm self-taught." Would you trust giving your money to that person? I know I won't. So why are you doing it? And guess what? This is why I love what I do. Because you know what? I was that ignorant kid that did exactly that. I went out there and I said, what do I need to learn from somebody? I have to do it myself. How hard could it be? You watch CNBC, read the newspapers, see what's hot. How hard could it possibly be? You know what? At the end of the day, when you end up learning, it doesn't matter what you know. It's what the street wants to do. I'll give you an example. Who here owns Priceline? Anybody here own Priceline, the stock Priceline? Nobody. Nobody owns Priceline. Okay. Well, for everyone that here, if you really, really know about trading, could anybody just give me you guys could please explain to me why is Priceline? Because let me ask you this: does anyone ever use Priceline? Anybody here use it? Steve, you do. Okay, we've got one person. How frequently, Steve? Use it every day? Is it your everyday thing that you do? Kathleen, once or twice you use it? Okay. No, few times a year, Steve, use it? Once in a while. Okay. So if you only use it once in a while, then could you tell me, but how many times have you gone to Home Depot? Anybody here go to Home Depot? We all do, right? Okay. I probably go like once a week. How about going to Costco? I go to Costco spending $300-400 for $300-400 club. I max out my certificate, my 2% back, and I got $500 back. You can imagine how much I spend there. But those stocks are under 100, but Priceline's at 1,200. Can you guys tell me why Priceline is at $1,200? Who in the hell in their right mind does that stock have the right to be at $1,200? How about Chipotle? I love Chipotle, but is it really $500 stock? Seriously. You see what my point is, ladies and gentlemen? The thing is this. It doesn't matter what you think and how great a company is. I've seen great companies go bankrupt. Great companies that you would never think. Who in their right mind, after 60 years being public, would ever think General Motors will go bankrupt? They had so much assets. They had these buildings, property. They can go bankrupt. I know we could sit there and dispute about the whole economy and the unions. I don't want to get into that. The thing is this. I made a lot of money with that stock going down. But there are people like, it's impossible. How about some of our Canadian friends out there? How many of you guys own Nortel? Who would ever think Nortel will go out of business? So the thing is, it doesn't matter what you trade. It's what's moving in the market. So the thing is this, I think I covered a lot of this, like 100 shares, but the thing is this, to be successful in trading, you got to analyze your trades, you got to make a lot of mistakes, follow those rules, but most important, you need somebody to teach you how to do it. You need a mentor. Now, let me just change the slides here. I think we'll just want to get through a few things here. This is a total view. We talked about that the other day. I'm actually going to do a little bit about it tomorrow. But I want to get into, charts, talk about, and this has a lot to do with discipline. What chart is easy to read? The first one or the second one? Which chart? Obviously, okay? So let me explain something to you. The next biggest mistake people make is they got to read charts. Now, I'm not no genius, but I can tell you, and I know all of you agree, the best traders in the world are right there in the New York Stock Exchange because that's why they're there, right? I mean, obviously, who's the best baseball players? The guys that are on the baseball teams. Who's the best traders? The guys that work for brokerage firms, right? Well, where do you see them? You see them on TV all day. I don't know about you, but I don't really see too many charts when I watch CNBC. When they show the floor of the exchange, very, very rarely, if not none, are down there. Well, why do you think you know more than them? Why do you actually go out there? You know why? Because charts are always right. But there's one problem. They're lagging. You want to be a lagger or you want to be a leader? And you know what? When you look at a chart, do you know what makes the support resistance levels on a chart? Can anybody answer that question? What makes a support and resistance level on a chart? That's right. Buyers and sellers. Supply and demand. Could all of you put that in the chat room, S&D, supply and demand? Do me a favor, put that all in there. Supply and demand. Exactly. Do you see supply and demand? Do you see the buyers and sellers on a chart? Guys, do you see any buyers and sellers out there? I don't. But that's what we teach you here at Cyber Trade University. Because the people that work here at Cyber Trade University are market makers. We're all market makers. I was a market maker. I was a trader on the NASDAQ market. My mentor has always taught me, he says, Fausto, listen, don't reinvent the wheel. Just follow the big boy, the guy who's got the big block orders, follow the high-frequency trades, and then everything will just make perfect sense for you. So, finding stocks. Finding them are easy. Okay, what I'm going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up my execution system. Okay, now let me just bring up the screen, make it a little bit smaller, so it's a little more simpler. There we go. All right, can everyone see this okay? Okay, let me bring up some stocks that we've traded today. CHTP. Let's bring up this stock right here. CHTP. Anybody hear about it? This stock went from, was up 14%, up 73% today, 73 cents today. The stock went from a low of $5.20 to a high of $6.10. Now let's do the math. Percentage-wise, how much is that? How much a move is that? From 5 to 6? 20%. How many of you would die to make 20% a year on your money? How about this? Stocks moving 20% a day. Hell, if you got half of it, what's wrong with that? Does anyone even know what CHTP does? Do you even care? 25 cents would be even good, right, Joe? Absolutely. You know, now, for some of you, if you log into our Twitter account, we tweet and text everything that we do. Let me see if I can bring it up for you. No, it's not going to come up on this one. It's on my other computer. But we tweet and text everything we do. Actually, we have a paid version and we have a free version. c2.co is our new website address. And just here's a copy of our homepage or our site. And if you scroll down here, you can get all our Twitter feeds that we run. And this was within the last 23 hours. We also have our Twitter feed, some stocks that we traded right here. An after-hours trade. You know, we basically tell you everything that we trade here. This is the stock that we just posted that we trade in our trading room right here. Just bring it up. BLDF, one of our big winners of the day. BLDP was following very similar with Plug. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Plug. That was another big winner. So these are the things that we show you. Look at the stock right here. Stock went from $4.20 in less than 15 minutes, went to $5.60. Who here doesn't want that job? Who here doesn't want to make that much money in the market? These are the things that we trade in our trading room all day long. A couple other stocks that had some big moves. We bring up some really nice small ones, which was pretty nice. Here's another big winner we traded this afternoon in our trading room. UNIS, up 17% today, 4 million shares. The stock at 3 o'clock ran from $4.80 all the way up to $5.10. 30 cents. You know what 30 cents is on 1,000 shares? 300 bucks. That's right, Stanley. Thank you very much. Stanley's one of my students, and Stanley's bringing up, this is a stock that we traded in the morning. Here at 9 o'clock, this stock ran from 380 all the way to 420. And the reason why, you know why it backed off, everyone? You know why the stock went from 420 back down to 350? I can tell you this, it wasn't Mr. Fibonacci that had anything to do with it. Anybody have an idea? That's right, Stanley. Stanley's one of my students. There was a big seller out there, a big block order on high-frequency trades. Anybody know what a high-frequency trade is? Anybody know what a high-frequency trade is? Trades about 70% of the volume of the market. Well, it's not computers, Jim. It's guys like you and I, institutions. Wouldn't you like to see 70% of the volume in stock? I know that's what my mentors taught me. And let me tell you, it worked pretty damn good. Follow the money. That's all you need to do. APPY was another one that we traded. This stock was also a really nice move. This stock, right at the open, ran from 320 all the way up to a high of 386. So these are the things that we kind of teach you here at Cyber Trading University. Stocks like this that are moving in the market, and just learning how to make a day's day. Okay, but finding them is very easy. Tomorrow, like I told you, we're running 2 promotions, and the 2 promotions are this. You could join me for pre-market, which I'll show you how to scan the market, so you have that exclusivity of seeing what it's like to be in the pre-market and watch all these orders, all these hidden orders that you never, ever thought you could ever see. Well, I'm going to show it to you, okay? But if you can't, then you could, if you don't want to do that, you could also join me at 9:35 when it opens up. Joseph says, getting in is easy, getting out is key. And yes, Joseph, that's where the discipline comes in play. All right. So let me change the slide here. And these are the couple of stocks that we've traded in the past. ONDO went from 880 up to 1050 in about 30 minutes. This is why trading to me was a part-time job. MPAA, another big winner, went from 1380 to 1620, up 21%. You can see it was a good swing trade, even long term. PERI, 11 to 12, 18%. AGO, I mean, I don't know any of these stock symbols. I really don't care. It's all about finding the big moves. Are also a couple of stocks coming across here. Are you also trading stock prices at $20 plus? You know, sometimes, but do I really want to risk that much money? Let me give you a little advice. When you deal with more expensive stocks, you're dealing with more experienced traders. Do you want to compete against the best traders on Wall Street? Because if you do, all you're going to do is, you know, get yourself in trouble. It's not worth it. Yes, you can share. Can you share what levels did any one trader get in, get out of? Yes, Christina, and basically that's what I'm going to show you tomorrow. The question: How do you set your to take a profit, Joseph? Well, basically, Joe, you have a game plan of what you want to make a year, and you break it down over the course of the year, and that's what your goal is, to make a day. That's the goal is. Are these are these a day trade only? No. We also do swing trading. You know, but very, very selective, very careful. What do you use as a scanner? Well, here at Cyber Trade University, we get you the scanner. If you're a student of ours in our trading room, we'll show you how to scan the market. A lot of brokerage firms really don't have the proper scanner that you need, and that's another big issues. Now, if anybody has any questions or you want any of the information that I gave you, please, this is my email address, okay? Send me an email, and I will be able to get it to you, okay? Does everybody have that email address? I'll put it in the chat room for you. Fausto@cpucop.com. All right? Just everybody take down that email address. So, how can we get ready to sign up for tomorrow? If you guys want to join me, well, first of all, just to let you know before I give you that link, Cyber Trade University teaches for more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. Trade Monster, FXCM, Thinkorswim, TD, LifeSpeed, NinjaTrader, eSignal, just to name a few. We deal with more brokerage firms and educate for more brokerage firms than any other school in the industry. And just keep in mind, we don't work for them. We work for you. Cyber Trade University, just to let you know, we're not a franchise, okay? We're a boutique, high-end educational school, and this is why brokerage and we don't do any advertising. All we do is the brokerage firms, and which is kind of help you guys get here, is we just do speakings, and they just refer people to us. And the reason why they do this is for one reason. They want you educated. Because if you're educated, you'll be a client for theirs for life. I would say most people that try to get into this business probably blow up their accounts within 2 weeks. I hate to say it. They go out there, they're like, oh, let me start trading. They start getting crazy and cocky, and then next thing you know, they're gone in 2 weeks. You think the brokerage firm is going to make any money on that? They want to keep you forever. That's what their goal is. Joseph, yes, we do teach options, futures, and Forex. So if you want to find out more about that, call our office. All right, Joe? Now, also let you know, Cyber Trade University was ranked #1 school 6 years in a row by Equities Magazine. We're always proud to mention that. Now, how do you get registered? Well, who could actually join me tomorrow? Did anybody come and join me for the live trading tomorrow? First you can, Stanley, I know you will. All my students love that part. All right. So this 9:35 event is free. Doesn't cost you anything. So it's a 1-hour presentation, and we're going to trade going into the open. Now, for some of you, if you want to take your education to the next level, well, we got a little promo here. I have this promo, which is I'm going to let you trade with me for 5 days, and this will give you access to the pre-market. Now, I am not selling it for $57, okay? I am not going to sell it for $57. I am going to sell it for 19 bucks for 5 trading days to join me. 5 days. Now, you could join me for free tomorrow for the 1 hour, or for $19, you could join my professional trading room for 5 days from 8 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's a live webinar, a live trading room where I'm trading live with you. So I'm really prostituting myself for almost like $4 a day. What is that, 25 cents an hour? I can tell you this. If I cannot show you a stocks every day on the average being up 20% a day, you call me back and I'll give you $19 back. If I can't show you stocks, I know for a fact I'll show you stock up 100% on the day. 100%. People can't even make 20% a day, a year. I can guarantee you I'll show it to you every day for 5 days. So give me a chance and you'll see it. And if you don't believe me, for free, you can see it at 9:35. So I don't know what a better deal you can get than that. The promo that we're going to be doing, once again, so there's 2 promos. Once again, it's not going to be $57. It's going to be $19. And I just got to make sure that I have the promo up. I don't know if I have the promo up. I don't have it up. Let me just find out. We usually have it on our homepage or our website. Let me just see if we have it up there. We got a $19 promo. And there are 2 links right here. Oops, we don't have it up there. We're going to get it up there in a little bit. So if you guys want to join for that promo tomorrow morning, we'll get you the link. But right here on the quick links, we have the live. Here's the free live course right here on the quick links. I'm going to click on this link right here. And if you want to just register for the free event tomorrow, let's click on that link right there. Okay? If you just want to register for the free webinar. And for the $19 special, it looks like because I did a last-minute change, and didn't make my staff members aware of it, it looks like they're going to have to add it on there. All right? Can I start the promo on Monday, Joseph? Yes, you can. Great idea. Monday to Friday. And by Friday, you should be ready to know if you want me to continue with your education. Any questions? Also, any other questions? By the way, have any of you guys ever seen someone trade live in the market? Anybody ever sit in the driver's seat and see somebody day trade and find these stocks up 20%, 30%, 100% a day? Maybe you never did it? Well, let me tell you, you're going to have fun tomorrow. I can guarantee you that. All right? Just get this up here. All right, so here, the cyber group, sign up for the cyber group trial. This is it right here. Thank our friends here at Cyber Trading University. I got to love my tech department. They are great people. All right, so it's not going to be a 3-day promotion. It'll be a 5-day promotion. What I'll do is here's the link right here. So if you want to register for the cyber group trial, there it is right there for $19, okay? Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Came in a little bit late. What is the reason for taking the trades? Candle paths, motion does. Well, Mike, you know what? The course was recorded. You can go back and review it. The thing is this, Mike. I really my strategy, how I teach my students, is because I live in New York. I was trained by some of the best traders in the world. Guys from Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, Jerusalem, traders on the floor of the stock exchange. And the thing that they always taught me is it doesn't really matter what these volumes and all these indicators are doing. It's following the money. That's what you need to do. You know what, Jim? Like I said, call me. We have the default at 3 days, but after 3 days, I'll give you an extra 2 days as a bonus, Jim, okay? If you register today, I'll give you an additional 2 extra days if you register for this promotion as of today. Right now, we have the promotion set for 3 days to 19. I'm going to give you personally 2 more days if you register today. How about that? $4 a day. Watch Fausto show you. Find stocks up 20 to 50%. Some of them even 100% a day. If you don't, and if I can't, I told you, I guarantee I'll give you money back. Any other questions? See what it's like to trade with a 12-time champion. All right, guys. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank all of you for coming. You can also call our office, 877-70-CYBER, or 516-280-5350. And don't forget, with this promo, it's not $57, it's $19. And if you register today, that 3-day promotion is going to be a 5-day promotion, okay? If you want to start on Monday, Joseph, just call our office, and we'll make sure we get that taken care of, okay? So register now online, and then call the office tomorrow and say, listen, I registered on Fausto's webinar yesterday. He told me I could start on Monday, and I'll take care of that for you, okay? No problem. All right, everyone. In the meantime, hope everybody learned a lot today. We learned about journaling. The journal we learned about journaling. If you guys want to journal, please email me. Let me know. And if you want to get the day journal, slideshows, the recordings, feel free to send me an email and I'll get it to you. Okay? FaustoP@ctcorp.com. All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, guys, thank you very much for coming. And for myself and everyone at CyberTrade University, I wish you the best and look forward to see every single one of you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's early morning pre-market trading or the opening bell trading. Thanks, everyone. Happy trading. I'll see you tomorrow.